believers of Christ. Hope you're doing well. So today I'll be taking you guys through Genesis chapter 9 verse 3, and it says, "Everything that moves about and lives will be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I now give you everything." That's the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So this verse has seven main teachings or lessons we can take away from it. The first one, God provides for human needs. Humans are allowed to eat animals, showing that God supplies what is necessary for survival. Here we're introduced to the animal diet. The second teaching, faith involves gratitude for provision. Recognizing all living things are given to us teaches us that faith includes thankfulness for God's gifts. The third teaching, God balances freedom and responsibility. Permission to eat animals comes with the implied responsibility of stewardship, teaching that freedom from God is accompanied by ethical use. The fourth teaching, faith acknowledges God's sovereignty. All creatures belong to God and are given by Him, illustrating that faith respects God's ownership and authority. The fifth teaching, human authority must be guided by God's intent. Using animals for food reflects that human authority is effective only when exercised under God's guidance. The sixth teaching, provision can be versatile. God gives both plants and animals for food, teaching that faith recognizes God's abundant and varied provision. The seventh teaching, or the final teaching, faith encourages responsible use of resources. Using creatures responsibly for sustenance demonstrates that faith involves stewardship and careful management of resources. Yes, we as humans we are allowed by God to eat plants and animals. God allowed us to eat plants and animals. It doesn't matter whether you're a vegetarian or you're a meat lover. We are allowed to eat both. God allowed it. As we can see here in Genesis chapter 9 verse 3. We as Christians should trust God to provide what we need for life. We as Christians should express gratitude for all of God's provisions. We as Christians should use the freedom God gives responsibly and ethically. We as Christians should recognize God's ownership and authority over all creation. We as Christians should exercise authority and use of resources according to God's guidance. We as Christians should appreciate the variety and abundance of God's provision, which involves plants and animals as food and sustenance. We as Christians should manage resources responsibly as an act of faithful stewardship. So that's all I had for today, guys. Thank you very much, and as usual, God bless.